Welcome to a world where rustic charm meets heartfelt simplicity. Today, we're diving into the beauty of a vintage red country farmhouse filled with cottagecore decor. This style celebrates a cozy, nostalgic way of living that makes any home feel warm, inviting, and connected to nature's quiet rhythms. The red farmhouse has stood as a symbol of rural comfort for centuries. Historically, barns and homes were painted red for durability and affordability. Today, this shade evokes nostalgia, instantly making a home feel rooted in tradition. A red exterior becomes the anchor for the cottagecore story inside. Cottagecore is more than just design, it's a lifestyle that embraces simplicity, nature, and the beauty of handmade things. It celebrates slower living, cozy corners, and the joy of filling your home with meaningful pieces. In a red farmhouse, cottagecore decor transforms each room into a sanctuary of warmth. The entrance of a farmhouse is like the opening chapter of a story. Imagine stepping onto a porch with worn wooden steps, potted geraniums, and a vintage rocking chair. This first impression sets the stage, telling guests they're about to experience a home where warmth and tradition live in harmony. The living room is the heart of any farmhouse. Think of soft plaid throws, vintage oil lamps, and reclaimed wooden coffee tables. A stone fireplace surrounded by mismatched yet charming armchairs encourages gathering and storytelling. The design invites people to slow down, sip tea, and truly feel at home. No farmhouse is complete without a cozy kitchen. Cottagecore kitchens are full of character, open shelving with ceramic mugs, mason jars of herbs, and hand-woven baskets. Add red gingham curtains, antique cookware on display, and the scent of bread baking, and you've created a space where nostalgia truly comes alive. The dining room brings everyone together. Picture a long wooden table with mismatched chairs, a floral tablecloth, and a centerpiece of freshly picked wildflowers. Candlelight flickering in vintage brass holders transforms ordinary meals into cherished memories. Every detail feels intentional, rooted in tradition, and welcoming for family and friends. Farmhouse bedrooms thrive on softness and layers. Quilted bedspreads, lace-trimmed curtains, and vintage iron bed frames create timeless charm. Cottagecore touches like botanical artwork, handmade rugs, and antique nightstands bring peace and nostalgia. It's the kind of room where you'd want to curl up with a book on a rainy day. Even the bathroom can embrace the vintage farmhouse look. Clawfoot tubs, beadboard paneling, and floral wallpaper add timeless character. Small details, like antique mirrors, wicker baskets for linens, and vintage apothecary jars, elevate the space. The result is a bathroom that feels less functional and more like a quiet country retreat. Hallways often go unnoticed, but in a vintage farmhouse, they become charming passageways. Line the walls with sepia family photographs, antique clocks, or shelves of well-loved books. Add patterned runners or braided rugs, and suddenly, hallways aren't just spaces to walk through, they're part of the home's nostalgic story. Lighting plays a huge role in creating ambience. Think wrought iron chandeliers, kerosene-inspired lamps, and soft glowing sconces. Cottagecore favors warm, golden lighting over harsh brightness. By using vintage fixtures and soft bulbs, the red farmhouse takes on a magical glow that makes evenings feel cozy and enchanting. Cottagecore thrives on the natural world. Fresh flowers in vintage pitchers, dried lavender bundles tied with twine, and leafy plants on window sills breathe life into each room. The farmhouse decor embraces nature not just as inspiration, but as an essential part of daily living, blurring the line between inside and out. Textiles tell the story of farmhouse living. Classic patterns like gingham, plaid, and floral prints make rooms feel familiar and welcoming. Hand-stitched quilts, crocheted doilies, and linen curtains all add tactile charm. These textiles not only soften spaces but also carry stories of craft, tradition, and love. Cottagecore is about appreciating the imperfect beauty of handmade and antique items. A distressed cabinet, a handmade ceramic vase, or a thrifted rocking chair adds personality to the farmhouse. Mixing these pieces creates a home that feels collected over time, rich in history, and far more authentic than mass-produced decor. A true farmhouse evolves with the seasons. In spring, pastel florals and fresh greenery brighten the home. Summer brings light linens and open windows. Autumn invites pumpkins, wool blankets, and dried wreaths. Winter showcases evergreen garlands and flickering candles. Each season offers a chance to refresh without losing the core charm. The cottagecore farmhouse extends beyond the walls. Wraparound porches with wicker furniture, red barns surrounded by gardens, and wooden swings hanging from oak trees expand the cozy feeling outdoors. A vintage farmhouse garden full of herbs, vegetables, and wildflowers ties everything together, celebrating self-sufficiency and natural beauty. It's often the little touches that make the biggest difference. A set of enamel mugs, a patchwork pillow, or a vintage clock all tell their own stories. When layered together, these details create a rich atmosphere. In cottagecore, decor isn't about perfection, it's about intention and heartfelt living. Farmhouse cottagecore decor naturally aligns with sustainable living. Using reclaimed wood, vintage finds, and handmade crafts reduces waste while adding authenticity. The emphasis on slow living, gardening, cooking from scratch, crafting, reminds us that decor isn't just about looks but about creating a lifestyle centered on care and mindfulness. The magic of a cottagecore farmhouse lies in personalization. Family heirlooms, handmade crafts, and souvenirs from nature walks all make the space unique. By weaving your story into the decor, your farmhouse becomes more than a style, it becomes a reflection of your values, your history, and your dreams. The vintage red country farmhouse with cottagecore decor is more than a design, it's a feeling. It's about warmth, simplicity, and a slower pace of life. From red painted walls to cozy quilted bedrooms, every detail contributes to a timeless home that feels deeply lived in and truly loved.